All right, man. We're gonna go ahead and leave the octagon and head to the gridiron, man. We're gonna continue our series of the AFC East breakdown, right?
It's the division breakdown of the AFC East.
Oh yeah,
I was
we
just
are
off
liking
with
it.
the finger snap. Oh, I missed
We
it.
are liking it, man. All right, so the AFC East, man, this is a great division here. It's a lot of fun, and we're gonna go ahead and start at the top. We got the Buffalo Bills, man. Buffalo
Pull the
Bills
wagon.
finished. What's Buffalo Bills, man? They had a hell of a year last year. A lot of people are predicting them to go ahead and dominate this division one more time. I think the Buffalo Bills are set up in a great position here. What's your thoughts on Buffalo, man? How do you think they finished out last season?
I mean, I think that the way they finished out last season will be the way they finish out this season. Like they're the best team in the division by far, I would say. I know that's maybe a hot take for all the Miami fans down south, but yeah, they, top to bottom, offense, defense. There's not really many in this division. There's none in this division. I think that they can compete with them, and few outside that can as well. And also, though, too, I think that this is farewell season for their beloved stadium. So, like, I'm excited to see. I think that they did make some good improvements, some good additions in the offseason, and I think that those combined with, again, like this is last season for Highmark, so I feel like all those things will kind of come together and really create a good storm for Buffalo to really have, I think, another great season. And again, you got MVP Josh Allen on the roster, so it's his squad.
Yeah, and just as a recap of their last season, man, they averaged 227.9 passing yards a game, which put them ninth in the league. They averaged 131.2 rushing yards, which is also ninth in the league. Points for was 30.9, which was second in the league. Points against 21.6, which was tied for 11th in the league. So they were extremely well-balanced team. It was amazing, too, because I remember last year we were all looking at the Buffalo Bills, and especially we did this last year, which is crazy to say. We've actually been doing this for a year now. But anyways, it's we were looking at it and we were thinking that Buffalo had a pretty good chance to make some noise, but none of us really liked the offense because of they lost Diggs and all these other their situations, and all they did was just improve upon that. They became a more balanced team. They started rushing the ball a little bit more, making Josh Allen not necessarily wear the cape and be the Superman, only taking over what he really needed to. His efficiency was so much better than he ever was. Clearly, he was the MVP. People could debate that between him, Lamar. There was a couple of other guys, but that was my MVP pick going into last season was Josh Allen. I thought that he was going to put the team on his back, and he clearly did.
Yep.
He had himself a great year, reduced down to interceptions, and just he had a lot of standout moments. I feel like that's going to continue. I feel like it's a big year for Buffalo. Like you were saying, it's their last season in the old stadium. There's a lot riding on this season. I think that their window is still open, but constantly coming up short tends to wear on certain teams. I think Buffalo is very resilient, and they're ready to continue this move going forward, and I feel like they're going to. But yeah, at some point in time, you got to make that next hurdle.
Well, and I will say, though, to be fair, especially on the defensive end, though, too, like you're getting Joey Bosa, or let me make sure I got the right Bosa brother, right? Yep, you get. About to say, I always forget. I always confuse the two, which one plays where. But yeah, you're getting Joey Bosa. You're getting back Tre'Davious White, from his little stint in Baltimore and everything. I think that those two guys, adding them to the defense, definitely does help shore up any weak points on that end. And again, like you said, MVP Josh Allen is, one of the most efficient, devastating players in the league to go up against. So I think that having him, also too, Keon Coleman at wide receiver, I think that he's been a really good piece for them. I think he's going to continue to grow and develop as well. He was somebody when he was getting drafted, he was somebody I was pretty high on, especially for the Bucs to go after. If you were looking for Mike Evans replacement, but yeah, they have all the tools in offense, and Dalton Kincaid as well, a tight end. I can't forget about him. But having those guys pretty much, I think, really does help solidify the team moving forward this year. They didn't really lose a whole lot, I would say, on the offensive side of the ball. And defense, they got even better, I think. So it's going to be another great season for Baltimore. Second verse, same as the first.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think that Buffalo is going to have another really good year, and I'm excited for Buffalo this year because I think that they learned last year that they can do this without having to. They can rush the ball more. They have a great running attack. James Cook, I believe, is going to be get signed and come back. Ray Davis was really good. They had just a well balanced team, and I see them going in that same direction and moving forward. And I feel like Buffalo is going to have another amazing year this year.
Yep. And then shout out as well to Bucks legend that's currently on their roster, Jake Camarda, leading the way on the punt squad. So, just a little fun there, George. I know you know me, man. I'm a homer, so I am interested though in seeing how he does there because he struggled a little bit in the warmer weather. I'm wondering if maybe the ball will carry better in cold weather, but we'll find out there.